move on into some techniques that attack the neck, choking techniques. And the first one we're going to do is called the scooping coins choke. Now earlier in the video when I was doing the compressed elbow, you know I made a reference to a scooping motion. And the same is true for this particular choke. The hand is going to go up against the throat, and just like you're scooping coins off of the table, you're going to scoop back up and in. Now, let me just demonstrate it first. In fact, go down to your knees, please. The demonstration is just like this. I put my shoulder against the back of his head. My ridged hand position goes against his throat. Now, I'm just going to scoop up. And, you good? Mm-hmm. It is a very powerful, very fast choke. It attacks the windpipe. And when you lift up, the person is rendered unable to breathe. So, here's how we're going to apply this. We're going to apply this from a punch. If he's going to punch me in the head, I'm just going to parry the attack, make it to the outside. Again, I'm going to slow that down. All I'm doing is parrying and coming to the outside. Now I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to shove into his smallest back, and I'm going to come right here. If his chin is down, I grab his nose, lift it up, and then I do the choke. Make sure your shoulder is against the back of his head. Do not put his shoulder against your chest. This gives him too much room to wiggle out. Get your shoulder and attack. You can use your opposite hand to help. He may be grabbing at your hand. You can use that to get here and still apply the choke with one hand. We call this again scooping coins, because that's what it looks like you're doing. You're scooping the coins. All right, moving right along, we're going to go to what's called the VNR. The VNR is the vascular neck restraint. Now, years ago, I used to call this the I Dream of Jeannie choke. I Dream of Jeannie, if you remember, that was what I Dream of Jeannie would do. Well, that's the position of the arms in this choke. I want to ask you to go down to your knees again, please. I'm going to take my elbow, the crook of my elbow, position it under his chin. I'm going to lay this on my bicep. This hand is going to come behind his head and lay on my arm. Now he's already starting to feel this. You feel it? Mm-hmm. All I have to do is breathe in. And now he's choking you, okay? It's very, very quick and can cause a lot of damage. This particular choke does not attack his breathing. It attacks his blood flow, which the arteries, the carotid arteries, the veins that are here, you're compressing them in with your arm, which is what makes it so dangerous, because now, if I do that, blood flow has stopped to his brain, and if I do it for too long, it can cause serious injury and even death. So the vascular neck restraint is not a technique that should be played with. You could probably come up with 1,000 different creative ways to get into it. I'm just teaching the technique because I want you to know how to do the technique. Again, just like we did from before, somebody's throwing a punch, you might drive in and go for the VNR. You might have somebody that's blocking your way, and you may say, please don't hurt me. Drive in. Here I might do scooping coins, or I might fight and get up in here for the VNR. I gotta get a little tighter to get it, and here I am. If I need him to go down, I push against his knee, and he hangs himself on my arms. So that is the vascular neck restraint. All right, now we've done the scooping coins, we've done the VNR. Now we're going to do what's called the guillotine choke. And I want to show this from the opposite side, please. The guillotine choke is an answer to someone who is trying to grab your legs and take you down, what we call a double leg takedown. He's reaching to grab my legs. I set myself, I get in a good solid stance, get the leg back so I have balance. I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to shoot up under, and I'm going to rotate my wrist up against his throat. So again, we're here, shoot up underneath, and there's my choke, okay? This motion is what does the choke. I want him tight in here. I want to eliminate space. That's part of what grappling, we want to get rid of space. So as he's coming up, I'm inside, and I come up with my hand, my wrist against his trachea, pull up. Now, there's a variation which I would like for you to know. The variation I am more apt to do than going after his throat. Because typically when somebody's coming in like that, their chin is tight, getting that lock may be difficult. Getting to that, by that time he may have already grabbed my legs and taken me down. I'm going to, as he's coming in, turn his head sideways and crank his neck. It's almost the exact same position, but this time instead of attacking the neck, I'm attacking the neck but from the side. My hand is against his jaw, his head is tight into my body, and I lock, and he's tapping on the other side because this is very painful. This can damage the neck. This can cause, again, injury, paralysis, or even death. So you have to be very, very careful. With any of these chokes, this is very serious business. You have to be careful when you're practicing it.